Right guys, right, we're going to do a bit of correct score trading after last night's debacle where it cost me just over 100 quid. We thought it was worse, but actually it turned out to be 100, but 100's enough. Taught me a lesson on which I already know about international football anyway, by the by. Okay, what I've done is I've dutched these scores. It's Italy, Poland, 3-0, 3-1, 2-1 and 1-2. I've dutched it for £25. I'm on the under 1.5 goals. You can see I've left that in there around 53. It's dropping nicely. Why did I pick on Italy and Poland? Poland down to backside. Italy can't score goals at the moment, and this is dropping really nicely. Might get a bit greedier, get a bit more than that, but the idea if you're doing correct scores is just try and cover your arse with. I want these unders because obviously I've got nothing on 0-0, 2-0, 0-2, one apiece. I did try getting on some free green on 0-0. The way things are going at the moment, just running against me, I ended up with nothing, so I just scratched it out. Cover. Okay. First half goals 2.5. Obviously it's going to be really cheap. I could have got in here, which is where it started at 1.13, so it's going to cost me £3 just in case there's a bit of a goal glut in the first half. Hopefully not. And obviously I'm not covered on all the over 3.5s. I haven't gone in straight from the start. I'm waiting to get down here, which is going to be only £8. Where's first half goals, and my cover I did on the 1.5 first half goals, £15. So obviously I need to make more than 15 on there. Right, I'll get rid of the correct scores for the moment. It's stalled a bit there, so we'll just leave this for now and see how we go. Okay, so now I've got matched on the first half, 2.5 goals, £3 risk. Corrects. This is going down nicely. As I say, I'm not going to get greedy, or am I? Because we've got a nice drop here. Very nice drop. Let's have a look. Also, I'm not actually watching the game. I've got the Scottish game on against Belgium, so I'm trading this blind, just sort of have to prove you can do it blind. It's not ideal, but you can work on figures. And leave that there, and hopefully we'll get matched. 3.5 goals, we shouldn't be far off. Yeah, not so far off now. The risk £7.50. Okay, it must be a quiet game. We're on 14 minutes, and as you can see, a nice steep drop, which is how we like it. The one last night, it was a very open game early on. Wales and Ireland I'm on about, so it hardly moved like that at all. We ended up getting caught on that. That's what cost me. Well, that's not what cost me, other things did, but that's for another day. Right, I'm not going to try anymore after that. Hopefully we'll get matched at 71, so that'll cover me 1-0, 0-0 and 0-1. And I can find the correct score market. There we go, which obviously needs covering because I've got none on there. 2-0s and 0-2s are my danger at the moment. I'm hoping there's going to be some goals. If there's not, if it's 0-0 or one apiece, then we're still going to be in profit if I get that matched, which is not so far off now. Could be greedy, but I'm not going to be, because I can't. I'm not watching game. I must admit these internationals are garbage. It's just not for me. If it's a final or a European Championship final or something like that, I don't mean the final, but the finals, they're worth trading, but these sort of things new competition, funny squads. Nah. Okay, we're going to get matched in a moment. 3.5 shouldn't be so far off. So we could end up with a double bubble if you get something like, because I've got the 3-1 covered and the 3-0, remember. It's not what I'm aiming for, I'm just aiming for some profit overall. And once I've got this 1.5 in play, I can start looking at other markets. Okay, we've got match there, so we've got £75 on the under over 1.5 goals. I'm going to red up my cover, hopefully. Okay, so it's cost me £6.
Market suspended.
Shame. Just things are not going for me this week. You get weeks like this, bloody nightmare. But it's not that bad because I had the 2.5. I presume that's a goal anyway, I'm just guessing. Okay, I'll come back when it's settled down. Okay, jumping the gun there, it wasn't a goal. Everything's hunky-dory. But just to explain, if that had been a goal, we'd have had a nice bit of green on that. Right, go back to correct scores when I can find it. Okay, there we go, back onto correct scores. Okay, so I'm on the over 2.5 first half goals, and so we can afford to either scalp the 2-0s or just dutch them. And what I prefer to do at the moment is just dutch them. So go to the multi-bet tool. I don't want it that much in, obviously. See what we can get for £5. So it's the 0-2, which is unlikely, and the 2-0. £5 will give me £28. Obviously it's upping my risk a bit, but that's fine. Okay, all I'm doing there, I'm not after a profit on the 0-2, 2-0s, I just don't want to be losing on anything on there. Okay, now we could scalp the 0-0 as well. Well, it's early doors, first half, what we're on 19 minutes, so we've still got 20-25 minutes with a bit of injury time. So you could scalp the 0-0 if you really wanted, but I'm not going to do, because we've got that 1.5, so if anything you want to be scalping these two. I won't even bother with that one. I'll probably bother with the Italy side of it. But I'm just gonna let it run, see how it pans out. I've got £3 risk there. I've already lost. I've taken the red on the 1.5. The 3.5 should be matched now. There we go. So we've got very little risk in the market. We've got this £30 there. But obviously we've got the under 1.5 goals. So that disappeared to the first half bits. Obviously we've got this. Right, you can see my risk over there is £30 on the scores now. I can actually take a £29.10 profit on the 1.5 goals now. So say that once that gets to 30, you could have a free. We've got a free bet basically on the scores. That's not what I want to do. If I was watching the match and I thought there were going to be some goals, then I would take the 1.5 across. By that I mean I would lay some of it across. But we need to be getting down to about there, something like that. You could see the 19 or 50, but I'm quite happy to leave it on the unders, because that's the idea, because we're covered on the scores more or less. Okay, sometimes I think it's better if you can see it in writing rather than me gobbing on. Right, so after first half goals loss is £6 and 4. If there's no goals in first half, then we're going to lose £3. The over 3.5 goal risk after we've been covered on the 1.5 is £8, as you can see above there. And there's correct score risk once I've touched them 2-0 has gone up to £30. I can now collect £34.47 if I wanted to on the under 1.5 goals, which would give us basically a free shot on the correct scores. We'd just be down on the first half goals 1.5 and the 2.5 £9. So all in all, it's very little risk for some decent rewards if we manage to hit one of the scores. But I'm not going to do anything just yet, just going to let it play out. I could scalp some more of that 1.5, but I'm trying to make this as easy as I can. Okay, I've decided to put the game on to see what's happening. According to commentators, the Italians are not getting any service up to Pogba. No, not Pogba. It also looks like Italy are on top, as they expected. I'm happy to just let it run. To be fair, it looks like a decent game. I've just been watching a Scotland game before that, which doesn't look a decent game. There's actually a crowd at this one, whereas it looks like Scotland have said stuff that we're not going to watch us get thrashed. Anyway, that's by the by. Right, what I'm looking at now is, now I've seen a bit of game. Italy are playing well.
Market suspended.
Sod's law. What are we going to say? Let's lay some of this across so we get on the overs, but no matters. We needed a goal one way or another. We'll let this settle down. Not that it's the right score for us, because it's actually Poland who scored, don't believe it. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. That's why I put the 2-1s and 3-1s in. Let's have a look. Let's see if we can grab some back from, I doubt it. First half goals 2.5. Yeah, not really. But if there's another goal, what are we on? There's still a chance. If we'd have left the 1.5 in, we'd have had some on that, but that's not what we're after. And I'll just bring the correct score up. So it's 0-1. Obviously we're going to have nothing on that. But we've got the 2-0s and the 0-2, so obviously 2-0's no good anymore. So it stays as it is, we're okay. The one apiece, maybe not. We could go on to the 2.5 goals market. I'm trying to stay away from that. There's reasoning, but it's difficult to explain. Where's my 3.5 gone? So it's 3.5. Remember, we've only got £8 risk. We could get rid of that risk if we really wanted, but we need that as a bit of backup in case we get a glut of goals at second half. Obviously we're still in the under 1.5 goals, so the actual score we're on is covered at the moment. That was the idea of the cover, completely free. So that £30 is covered by that 7-2-1. If there's another goal, fair enough. If it goes one apiece, we're on the 2-1s there and 1-2s there, so that'll start looking decent. So we can sit back, see what happens. I have to say, Italy look poor. Yeah, if we're going to scalp anything, then we want to be scalping the one apiece. The 0-2 we've got a bit on already, not a great deal, but the danger here is if we go on to win 2-0 or 3-0. See if we can catch some of this. Thought more than I wanted, but never mind. obviously never use more than what's going to give us some profit on these scores. Doesn't really matter about the 0-2. Going up to half time, so what will, yeah, it's nearly half time in a minute. I'm going to say it usually drifts at half time, so yeah, it's half time now, so I'll leave that and see what happens during half time. It probably drifts a bit more and then come back down. Okay, it's half time, so I've stuck 100 up there. I'm just trying to get a bit of bounce, try and mess about, try and see if we can get this into green somehow. Obviously, well, no risk on this, it's half time. The present score does tend to drift a bit. I've still got that 20 in as well. I'll leave that there, but I'm hoping to get that match and see if I can get a couple of ticks. Okay, I did catch that, so I put the 100 there. I just got to remember where I got it, which were there. So looking good. I'm not saying I'm going to get this match. I might have to come up a bit, but for now we'll see. I like gaps when it's like this. Tempted actually to put another 100 in, but to force it down a bit. In fact, I will. If it gets matched, fine. I'll just drop it one tick. Remember, no risk here. It's half time. Okay, what ball you today? We'll just see what happens. Excuse me, I'm saying present score. I mean the score following on. Don't need to do the present score because we're covered with the 1.5. Sorry about that. Okay, as you can see, it's coming down to me. Bit of luck, we'll get it. Now it's dropping mainly. There we go. Very nice. We'll take that out. We don't need any more. So I've still got 20 left in there. As you can see, it's reduced that what I had on it. Still half time, so we'll leave it, see if it drops a bit more. Okay, I also decided to get on the 2.5 goals, 100 on the unders. Let's see if we can get some out of this. Very little at the moment. I might let that go in play, see how second half starts, and see if we can get some on there. Remember, we've got the 3.5 goals, very, very cheap. So we've got a bit of backup there. Okay, so if I'm going to do the 2.5, I need to get this 20 back out. So if we put it in there, as risk on the one apiece is only 14, which is very nice, instead of the 30. Okay, I managed to get that, so that's very nice. We've just kicked off our second half, so we can leave that alone for a while, and we can leave that. And we need to be keeping his eye on this 2.5. As you can see, I'm trying to get £20 on the unders. It should start dropping if we have a quiet second half. It's not too risky with that in there because I've got this 3.5 as well. And remember, we're on the scores as well. So if there's an early goal, the scores would come in nicely. Hopefully, if there is an early goal, it'll be Italy and not Poland, but we shall see. Okay, we're what are we? 45, 6 minutes in, and I'm getting to my target. Italy have come out trying. They're just crap. But never mind. I don't want to get too greedy on it. Under 2.5 goals gives me 20. That adds to the 2 nils and the 1 apiece, basically. There we go. So we've got a nice £20 on the under 2.5 goals, which I'm going to leave there. goal now. And all this time our 1.5, remember we've still got that, that's built up to 20. We could take a 20 profit out of that now and let that run. Okay, Italy are huffing and puffing, doing absolutely nothing to be honest, so this 1.5 is doing nicely for us. I'm thinking of just in case, because remember, one more goal and we're going to lose all of this. So going on last night, as soon as I put the trade in, it'll go against me, but never mind. Okay, I'm going to try and get about 50 on the unders and 20 on the overs. See how we go. What was I saying? Italy nearly scored as soon as I put that trade in. A bit of luck, it's going to go my way, this one. Get me out of that run. Okay, we managed to get matched on there, so we've got 50 on the unders, 20 on the overs. And remember, we've got 20 on the unders there as well. So 2-0 we'll have 40, sorry, we'll have 20 on there. Or should I say one apiece, we'll have less. But if it goes to 2-0 we'll be better, but we'll see how it pans out. We're nicely covered anyway. Actually, it would be nice to get a few goals going over the last 20 minutes or so. If we can get them goals in, we've got some nice profits, but we'll still have a nice, decent return on it. We're not going to lose anyway. Okay, on my way for a change. Italy have equalised one apiece, so we've landed the over 1.5 goals, so that's 20 there. We're still on the under 2.5 goals, as you can see. 3.5 goals, I could take the loss down on it, but I'm not going to do that because I want that as a bit of cover, because in the correct score it's one apiece, so we need to get into this somehow. How long we got left? About 15 minutes, something like that. Not going to get it there. The reason I can scout this is we're on the 1-2s, remember, and the 2-1, but we can actually take, let's have a look, take a £5 red at the moment. Yeah, we don't want to do that. Let's get in here, we don't want to be losing out on this. We're not going to get them. It's going to bounce a bit. I'm not even going to catch that back, look at it. I'm not going to catch any of it by the look of it. It should drip. I'm going to say it should knock back up with bounce effect. Still need to get some more in there. And we'll get another £10 in. Remember, all this is doing is reducing 1-2. I'm doing this because it's late in game as well, and we've got that 3.5. We're on 79-80 minutes at the moment. Okay, so if we land the 1-2s, we can end up with £33 profit on there as well.
Market suspended.
Which it looks like we have done. A bit earlier than where I wanted it to be, but that's okay. I presume it's a goal anyway. I'll get back. No, we haven't, don't know what's happened yet. My screen's quite, oh, it's just a bad foul back, never mind. Okay, so we'd end up with no loss on there. We've got the 20 from the 1.5 goals. We've got the 20 from the under 2.5 goals if it stays as it is. Tempted to red that 3.5 up, but I'm not going to do. So we're going to do okay at the end of the day. Just let it run now. Yeah, just to explain it, as I say, it's one apiece, so obviously we'd only gain 90p there, but we'd have the 20 from the under 2.5 goals added to the 20 we got from the 1.5 goals market. So that's 40, 41. And then we've just got the first half bits to take off. If there's another goal, then we'll have 33 from 1-2 or 2-1. And we'll also have the 20 as well, so slightly better if there's another goal. I'll summarise it at the end anyway. I'm not going to do anything now, just leave it as it is. Okay, and the game, not a great game, what I did watch of it. We ended up with some profits. So it ended up one apiece, so we got the 90p. I could have scalped that, and there were other things I could have done, but got to a stage where it was just better running it and let it run. At least we got a profit, not massive, but a profit. Yeah, so we got the 20 on the over 1.5 goals, we've got the 20 on the under 2.5 goals and the 90p, and we're to take off the first half with a summary. Oh, there should be a summary. There we go. Slowly read down that one. So the result was on the 1.5 market we had a profit of 20, 2.5 we had a profit of 20, correct score market we had 90 pence, and we've got to take away the 3.5 market, £8, the 1.5 first half market, if you remember I read it up, £6.04p, the 2.5 first half market was £3, there was 17 to take off, and we ended up with a profit of £23.86. Not a massive profit, but it's a profit. We could have done some other options in there, but I think it was complicated enough to get your head round. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it, and see you on the next one.